Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. First play from scrimmage. Watson going to throw it. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Throwing again is Watson. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Chad Muma gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Well, they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards, and a guy who has the legs to escape most of these.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Taking it about the 16. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now a first carry for their fullback. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. They'll try the left side. Beverly, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 24 yards.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And one more time, here's Kirk. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
1st down pickup of 8.
Good running right there. And this is a man that was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Right back to him on first down. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And now off to the races down the right side. Trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero, but we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb taking it in from a yard out. And the Browns will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Lawrence will throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On 3rd down, Lawrence. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Browns drive about to get started. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Watson's throw pulled in by Schwartz. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That's Foley Fatukasi who got in there and finished off the play.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. pressure, and they got to him again. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Oluokun. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Watson off play action. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Completion good for 14 yards. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on fourth down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Beverly. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. A nice run right there, and we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of, and here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say that this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early.
On second down now, Beverly, and down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there, because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat. Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Now Lawrence to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Browns drive about to get started. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now a dump off here complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up second down. Off of play action, it's Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Glover. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, They also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Lawrence. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
A Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Browns drive about to get started. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward. The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
On third down, Beverly, and he is going to lose yardage here. Defensively, they rally the troops to force fourth down after that 7-yard pickup back on first.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Fourth down, here's Lawrence, and able to find Kirk complete. And he is going to have the Jaguars first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Beverly, and some space here. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. 95 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. And a guy that can change the game, shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 3rd and 4 now. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Here's Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 9-yard touchdown ground. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. The point after is good, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. The Browns drive about to get started. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
For NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Grant Delpit. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way to the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground. ETN. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. And that'll bring up second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Lawrence. Forced out to his left. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
2 things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, Lawrence is through. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from drawing level.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
Yeah, you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The Browns drive about to get started. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Back to throw, Watson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he goes out right around the 39. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that is incomplete.
Well, you know me. Whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try to get those yards a safer way.
Again, it's Watson. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Chubb on the read option. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Devon Hamilton with the tackle. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further down.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Akeem Hicks, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
But tell the statistician to add another one to their impressive total today. Great week for the defensive front. A tough one for that offensive line. Quarterback getting right back behind that line, hoping for more time to attempt a likely third down pass.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 17-yard line. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. From the red zone now, Watson, flush to his right. Drops it off for Chubb. Touchdown, Browns! Nick Chubb, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Browns answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They trail by a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. Their season, to be frank, it's on the line right now in this wild card matchup. And obviously points are a must here as they begin 1st and 10. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They go play action now. Lawrence airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance traveled or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it, but he sure made it look easy there.
To about the 26 here. And to put a bow on it, next-gen stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well,
nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Lawrence completes it to Evan Ingram. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 17-yard line. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
On first down, Beverly, and he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
He needed 9, he got 8, and that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And some room to maneuver. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Watson. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, 68 yards. And the Browns use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
Here's Lawrence to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get...
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Martin Emerson in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence, he'll air this one out for Kirk. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Jags come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now